Brothers and sisters, welcome to the Not Super Bashers coverage of E3 2017. Yes, it's the most wonderful time of the year for us gamers, and over the next 5 days, we will have coverage of all 6 press conferences. I am the host with the most, Nick Davis, and as ever, I am joined by my £40 season pass, Mr. Hans Davis.
I mean, sometimes it's the most disappointing time of the year, depending on how optimistic you are.
Yeah, well, I'm full of positivity, Hans.
Nah, well, makes one of us. But okay, yeah, sure.
Yes, we are kicking things off today with EA, Electronic Arts.
It's in the game, Nick.
It's in the game.
All on Frostbite.
Yep, everything on Frostbite. Yeah, so EA had their press conference today, and as I said, for the rest of these 5 days, there will be 5 more press conferences for us to cover. Microsoft, Bethesda, Ubisoft, Sony, and the big old Nintendo. We'll be doing these short 30 to 40 minute videos, just recapping the press conferences, giving you our rough impressions of what we saw and how we think these could pan out.
Can I just put my first impression in here first?
Yep.
Holy crap, they cut back on the size of the venue this year.
Yeah, they did, but I feel like it's maybe not as big as you'd think, because I think what they did last year was they had all the PlayStations. Wait, all the PCs where you could play the games in a separate room or around the edges. And I think this time they were just used. All right, you can sit. Some people will be sitting here during the show.
Because they cut back on the size of the venue, and I feel like it was almost like a show of faith, because they cut back on a lot of the bullshit this year as well.
Yeah, this was a fucking short and sharp show. This was just over an hour.
Breakneck pace as well.
Yeah, and
we're okay, we're done with this now, we're on to the next thing.
20 minutes of that was Battlefront as well. Kicking off the show, we had an early 12th of July celebration with the drums coming out hands.
Oh, Northern Ireland could show them a thing or two.
Fucking smiling drum lads come out and fucking bang a tune for some reason, and we get our first trailer from Madden 18, which seems to have a FIFA Journey style story mode for this year. That's kind of what it wasn't explained. It was just a really short trailer. No one came out and talked about it, but that's kind of what I gleaned from it. Yeah,
it seems a lot of the sports games that they seem to be showing have some sort of narrative-driven career mode now.
Yeah.
The Journey, it worked well for FIFA.
Yeah, I really liked it.
And it broke everything up. But there's only so many sort of times you can do that before you're repeating the same thing. Look at sports movies. Sport movies are as niche as it is, because it's very much rags to riches, and right, okay, that's it.
But I think it's nice of them to try, because obviously they probably saw how well the Journey did and how it did get a lot of praise in the previous FIFA game. So I think they thought maybe, alright, fuck it, we'll try it anyway. And obviously 2K did it a couple of years ago with their basketball game with the Spike Lee, whatever.
Spike Lee joint, brah.
Yep.
No, it makes sense, and it done well. It can actually add a lot, and it's a good way to go about it, because it's actually a running theme throughout the EA's conference, is that they've obviously realized it's hard for them to justify a multiplayer only experience, which a lot of sports games tend to be. So I think it is a good way for them to incorporate a unique single player experience.
It is very much the kind of thing that would get me, someone who's not massive in the American football. I have an interest in American football. I would not sit down and watch it by any stretch of the imagination, but it's the kind of thing that would get me to maybe pick up Madden.
I personally, it doesn't do anything for me. But holy crap, they really did blast through Madden 18. Here's the trailer, and we're moving on.
Yeah, so that was literally, they dropped that trailer, fucking Andrew Wilson, CEO of EA, comes out and fucking we are straight on to the next thing, which is Battlefront 1.
No, Battlefield 1.
Sorry, Battlefield 1. Too many battles. Yeah, so Battlefield 1 obviously came out last year, end of last year. Big success for them, and this kind of was they started off with a big community showcase, alright, look at all these moments that only happen in Battlefield. And did you spot that 50% of those people were wearing Battlefield merch?
I did not, but now that you point that out, but at the time I was already sitting there thinking, "Fuck me, these are just some shilly little bastards."
Yeah, I'd say 50 to 75% of them were wearing Battlefield merch. Like, I get Battlefield is a big thing, but this is not the way I would show off a Battlefield game. Like, this is kind of embracing the stupid shit that gets posted on, like, say, like Reddit, which I feel like they don't usually do. Like, this is like the clips you see like make it to the top of like the gaming subreddit. It's like, oh, look at this stupid shit that happened in Battlefield. The other way this could have been better is if they showed off the Zeppelin glitch, where like the Zeppelin turns into a fucking flaming tornado because it glitches through the ground.
It's good that they're sticking with Battlefield 1 and they're releasing... Like, EA do a good job of sticking with the game and releasing more and more content for it. So, yeah. Great. Yep. I'm not going to be jumping in the Battlefield 1 anytime soon, but at least they're sticking with it.
Yeah, so on the topic of 6 months lifespans, this was coupled with the announcement of new free maps for Battlefield 1, and a new In the Name of the Tsar DLC pack, which kind of is more based on the Eastern Front warfare. And then they kind of like slid this in, but didn't really talk about it, which was like, oh, we're going to have these... It almost sounded like we're going to have these smaller, like, 4-on-4 person, like, Call of Duty style matches, which completely flies in the face of what Battlefield is all about. Like, he slipped it in and then never said it. Like, nothing was shown about it. He just, like, it was a fucking bullet point at the end of the Battlefield 1 part.
Yeah, because like, they showed some gameplay footage and it looked awesome. Like, you know, these massive maps that still had like action at every corner, you know, vehicles that blended seamlessly with the game, like the shooting or the ground combat, like all that stuff was there. That is what makes Battlefield fucking Battlefield. Yeah, so why the fuck they did 2 versus 2?
Like the way he made it sound would be like these smaller, like, alright, we're gonna do like 4-on-4, like 8v8, like Call of Duty does, which seems really weird.
Yeah, no, it is, and I think is it them maybe trying to like snake a little bit of the COD market?
I really don't know.
I don't know,
because like that's what no one goes to Battlefield for that. Everyone goes to Battlefield for these like fucking 20-on-20 massive fucking fights. So up next we had a Ultimate Team showcase for FIFA.
Oh no, Nick. Up next, what we had was the guy with 2 microphones.
What?
One of the guy with the grey shirt who had absolutely just no personality whatsoever. He came out and it was just, he had the earpiece mic, but he also had a regular mic. Yeah. I was just sitting there going like, what's happening here? Why is this happening?
Yeah, we got an Ultimate Team showcase for Madden and FIFA. I gave it no shits. Could not give a shit about Ultimate Team in any game.
That esport was that was the esport stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, like esports Ultimate Team, like, because all the FIFA esports is done with Ultimate Team. It's not just you pick a club and face people anymore, because everyone was just picking the best clubs.
I honest to God actually laughed at that. There was the one just seeing all the guys rage quit.
Yeah, like, the guy who fucking just chucked his controller.
No, my favorite was the guy who was just like, "Oh, we're going to see a handshake," and then he walks over and shaking the guy's hand. You're like, "What a wee bitch."
I wonder if we're going to see a handshake. Nope, not going to see it.
So this followed on to FIFA 18, fueled by Ronaldo.
Right, fucking FIFA 18. Yeah. Every year, FIFA say the same goddamn shit in their trailers.
They do, yeah, of course they do. What
better animation, better physics, blah blah blah. It's like, right, we get it. I'm like, you've got your market. You're like, your market is going to keep coming back. You're not going to get any.
Yeah, like people. Literally, they could just say, "Oh, release a new FIFA game." Fucking, that would be it. Like, everyone would be happy with that. Yeah. Like, we don't need all this shit.
Like, let's be honest. At least fucking Pele and fucking Jose Mourinho weren't there this time. Jesus Christ.
So, Men in Blazers introduced us to the trailer for the FIFA 18's The Journey 2. I don't know what they're calling it, but
Alex Hunter Blood.
But yes, fuck yes, Arsenal Fan TV was in that trailer. It was fucking great.
I actually do have that. That was
marked the fuck out.
That was an awesome trailer.
It was so
really
well done.
Good trailer. Like the star power alone in that trailer was just
such a good trailer. Great idea for a trailer, and really sets up like the idea behind going into The Journey too. Yeah. I think one of the best. Like that trailer was one of the highlights for me. Not just for Arsenal Fan TV. That was fucking hilarious. I saw it, I was like, what the fuck is happening?
No, I agree. Like that, for someone who really enjoyed The Journey, that, and I was actually sitting there afterwards, like, how are they going to follow this up? Because it could like, The Journey could get boring really fast. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it could, like, if they just replay the same shit over and over again, it could get really boring. But no, that trailer made me just go like, "Ah, yes, get me another season. I am all for this."
Yeah, because like a lot of people assume, right, the story for the next one might be like, oh, Alex Hunter's like break into the England national team or something, because obviously the Euros are at the end, or the World Cup is at the end of the next season. Super excited for that. I'll fucking buy another FIFA game to play through that, because fuck yeah. So then we moved on to Need for Speed Payback, the newest Need for Speed game after 2015's kind of lackluster entry with Ald's FMV.
My first note was, oh hey, look, Fast and Furious, the game.
Yeah, my next note is, yo dog, we heard you like that Fast and Furious.
It's now or never, Jess.
Do it. Keep it steady.
Jump!
Like, I don't know what to say. Like, Need for Speed has come so far from its original basis of being like a street racing game that it's now crime.
Yeah, so like basically what I thought, like away from like the Fast and Furious aspects, I did think it looked completely fine, if not uninspired. And like
I thought graphically it looked
gorgeous.
gorgeous.
Oh yeah, like that is like I feel like that is a running theme here tonight. Is all these games fucking look phenomenal on Frostbite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then like so the whole idea of Payback is you play as like these three characters who are like running heists against a cartel or like something. I don't know. They didn't really. It's like they're called the House, but they didn't really explain what the house is. So like for the demo they show, you're trying to steal this Kern and Zeg car.
Yeah, supercar.
Yeah, and like so your first act is like, all right, you're in this Dodge and you're trying to like hide, like get up and close to the truck, dodging like other the house cars, and then you swap to the girl who like jumped onto the truck, got inside, and like threw out the back of the truck with the car, and that kind of stuff actually reminded me of the heist in GTA. Where you're like swapping between the characters to do like fulfilling different purposes, which actually I thought was kind of cool. The issue is obviously with Need for Speed, you're literally confined to all these people will be driving.
See, this is my issue with the entire Need for Speed, with them trying to be a crime series, is that you are essentially playing a third of a GTA game. Mm-hmm. You know, GTA does the exact same thing, but they get to run, they get to shoot, they get to drive. You know, why pay 50 quid for a Need for Speed game where you're getting a third of the experience that you would get for GTA 5?
So they came out again and said, alright, here's the next one that I've been working closely with, and it's made by the guy who did Brothers, which I was immediately fucking pumped once he said that.
Yeah, so was I actually. I was like, yep, let's do this.
And you know what? Then the trailer dropped for a game called A Way Out, and holy fuck, this looks great. I think this looks fucking amazing.
I think, like, because when they said, oh, this is essentially an indie game that we are.
Yeah, like they were like, all right, this is like from the guy that I was expecting something like at least similar in that. What we get is what seemed like a fucking like split screen all the time. So like they said, all right, this will be a always co-op game and it will always be split screen. So even if you're playing with someone online, you will still see a split screen of both people's perspective, and it is essentially a GTA-esque. I don't know how, like saying GTA, it looks like GTA essentially. But it's not going to play like GTA and by any stretch of the imagination, but it seems like that kind of like third person, you're in these environments doing things. And the basis of it is it's like the 70s, 60s style Prison Break. And like, it's just, it looks great. Like, it's such a cool concept of like, say, like, so one person could be doing a cutscene, like in the middle of a cutscene, but your other character will be like walking around, like say, looking, like the one they show is one's getting incarcerated into the prison. And your other guy is like up on the like on a tier above him, like looking down, walking around, doing things.
Yeah, no, it looks class like that. I want to see how they use that in gameplay.
Yeah,
because that could be really, really interesting. Because it's not something in my mind that is something I've never seen before.
Yeah.
But no, I am 100% sold on this game. Like, Brothers was awesome, and if this is going to be like Brothers but with a good budget behind it, I'm totally on board for that.
That got a release date of early 2018. And then we got a brief teaser for Bioware's new IP, Anthem.
The wall. It's our armor.
It's a very brief teaser, like super fucking brief, and they said we're gonna have actual gameplay revealed at Microsoft, so we will see how that turns out.
I just have one note for that. kind of looks like Destiny.
I had, like, the way they talked about a wall, and then you got, like, a brief glimpse of a monster, I had this looks like sci-fi Attack on Titan. Next up was NBA Live, and at this point I said, fuck basketball, I'm going to go get a drink, and came back, and that presentation was over. So,
from what I got, it was, once again, another narrative-driven career mode. And
then we fucking launched into half an hour of Battlefront 2 to close out the show. So they seem I thought this was a very weird presentation to begin with, because they leaned heavily talking about the story mode stuff, and then was like, all right, this is the story mode, it's going to take place between episodes 6 and 7, here's the actress that plays the main character, and then they never actually showed the story mode.
I don't know, maybe they're trying to keep it under wraps because they want spoilers. I don't know, there could be any number of things.
The other thing that I wanted to say about Battlefront 2 was literally their entire rhetoric throughout this bit was like, oh, we've got more stuff. And in my head, I'm just thinking, that's not fucking difficult. You released a bare bones ass game 2 years ago, and now you're saying, oh, we've got more stuff. That's like me saying, I've got more grades, but my grades are 0 anyway.
Did you ever play the first Battlefront?
I played the open beta of it and knew this is going to be the same thing for the next fucking however many hours I want to play this, and didn't buy it.
So I played it a bit more than you did. So I actually do have a lot of notes about this.
So they kind of launched into this, all right, we've brought these influencers in who help shape the game, and I'm like, I don't give a shit.
No.
Class systems back from the old Battlefront games, which I think is a nice touch. Instead of just like picking a loadout in the menu and then like everyone kind of starting with the same loadout was a bit weird. And then I think it's smarter to have a class-based system in a game like this. Good mix. From what I saw, there was a good mix in the trailers of like all the different eras, which they are really pushing. Is like, oh, we've got stuff from all 8 episodes of Star Wars, which I think is a nice touch because obviously, kind of a lot of people maybe are just going to this game for fan service. And then we launch into what the closing set piece was like a big 20-on-20 multiplayer battle.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like they've addressed some of the issues, but other ones are still just glaring. Like the maps. So like the map they showed off looks really good, and it's a lot better than what they had before. Like this built up area of Bespin, or is it?
No, I don't know what the city's called, but it's the city. It's one of the cities from the original this prequel trilogy.
Yeah, but so like that is far more interesting, far more complex.
Threed or something.
But that's so much more interesting and complex, and can add to like a better gameplay than what they had previously, which was just a lot of like open barren land.
Like the one in the beta was Hoth, and it was a lot of it was just this big wide open fucking like snow plain. Yeah,
and then there was Tatooine, which was just big open sand plains. Then you had Kashyyyk, I think, which was okay. You had some trees and stuff, but there was no real architecture to it. To me, I feel like they've addressed the maps, and that's a great thing. But one of the other bigger issues I had with it was the dogfighting and the vehicle gameplay. Whenever you're up flying in the sky, it feels completely isolated to what's going on in the ground, and it doesn't look like that's been addressed.
They seem to have a CS Counter-Strike Global Offensive kind of system where as you get these battle points as you like kill people and get stuff. And then every time you die, your battle points get totaled into your main total, and then like that's when you can say, all right, I want to spawn in as say a hero or with this specialist unit, which I think's smart. That's kind of quite similar to how they did it in the original Battlefront games. But yeah, the gameplay I thought looked fine. I thought it was weird because I could have sworn the first one's first person shooter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everything we saw in this one was third person.
I think it's because were we not in a
spectator view?
Yeah, I thought we were in spectator view.
I didn't think we were. I thought we were just like I thought they just had capture cards set up on a bunch of the PCs and switching between them.
No, well, I personally think that it was a spectator view, but the original Battlefront, the good one,
like the old pandemic stuff. It was third person, yeah.
It was third person, so maybe they've included an option,
that
you can play third person, which it makes sense.
Yeah, it was just what made me think it wasn't an option and they locked everything was the fact that everyone was in third person. Like we saw no first person that entire thing. That was it was just weird. Like, and I think it's maybe something they need to come out and say.
It doesn't look like they solved the health issue though, which is like you go down like a fucking piece of paper. It's a very first person.
I feel like that was kind of the issue. Like that was maybe it doesn't work as well in this, but that was kind of the thing because obviously the original Battlefront games you had like resource tickets. Where like, all right, both teams are starting with like 1,000 resource tickets, and then like as you die, you respawn and take out of that resource ticket, and it's just fucking you get the 0, your team loses. It's like it was kind of more meant to represent like just fucking thousands of units rushing at each other.
I know, but in this one,
yeah, because you're working towards an objective, it's a bit weird.
Not even that you're working towards objective, but you're trying to accumulate your points.
Yeah.
So your battle points. So you want your players to be in there as long as possible without being too OP, so that they get enough battle points to do something special. You don't want to spawn in, keep dying over and over again without doing too much, and never get to play as a special class or get a vehicle. On a plus side, though, I felt that they were very clever about how there's different stages to the levels, because it kind of gives you a fake idea of, oh, I'm playing 2 games in one or 2 levels at once. Like this big open map of, okay, they're assaulting the palace, and then once you're in the palace, it is much more confined, much more old school shooter. Yeah, no, really clever, really good layout design, and it does also plays into a certain amount of strategy, because you're not, unlike the dickheads in who are demoing it, you're not going to get a fucking rocket trooper for an indoor segment. What were you thinking?
Gotta show off those features, man.
Why did they not do it on the outside?
Maybe they didn't have the battle points. The separatists the fucking clone troopers got fucked in that game.
You know how they could have got more battle points? Pay to win, Nick. Pay to win. $9.99 for 1,000 battle points.
God, let's not give them ideas. And that was it. The end of the Battlefront signaled the end of the press conference. We got our closing montages, and that was it. We were out. Main press conference over. They did their whole, we're going to sit here and play Battlefront and talk over it for like the next 2 hours probably. Yep. So I have a list of like notable absences, I thought. So single player Battlefront was one of the big things I wrote down, was like they bigged it up and never actually showed any of it.
Yep.
Respawn's Star Wars game.
Is that the one that was supposed to be Uncharted or something?
No, that Uncharted, was the other Visceral's Star Wars game, who's being written by Amy Hennig, who wrote Uncharted 1 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those completely absent, which I thought was really weird. Like, not even like a fucking passing mention of those. Like, last year we got like a really brief glimpse at the Amy Hennig one, and like, yeah, we know this is in development. Here's like a really fucking like 2-second clip of something. And the big one, Hans, that was missing. Skate fucking 4. Where is it?
Yeah.
Imagine Skate 4 on Frostbite.
Jesus, you could literally see the bones break.
Yeah, it'd be great. But yeah, overall, this was a fucking sharp, fucking quick show. This was like hour and change, fucking blasting through everything.
Yeah, but like, a part of me thinks that's maybe also part of the issue. Like, I was really underwhelmed by the show. I
thought it was completely fine. I enjoyed it.
Like, I was what I got was a lot of trailers and not a lot of demos.
That's what it was like last year. Like, that's what it was. Like, I think EA's thing is they know that everyone fucking knows what their games are like. Like, everyone knows how Madden's gonna play. Everyone knows how FIFA's gonna play. Like, there's no point in showing off gameplay for those.
But it's less their sports games and more their... Like, I want to see a little clip of... Like, a little segment of A Way Out. Not just the cutscene bit, but then actually a little bit of gameplay. Or I want to see... Obviously, they said we'd see more in the Microsoft conference, but I want to see a bit more of Anthem.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? To me, this was a lot of... maybe, like I said, maybe it's just EA, and hopefully it will get better for the other conference, but I want to see some demos. Honestly, overall, I'd say, like, watching this, there was maybe... It sold me on one game, which is a Way Out. Like, that game, they did a good job of selling that to me. And then the only other game that was worth of notice was FIFA 18. But I was always going to buy that anyway. Like, FIFA is one of those games where if you're in, you're in. If you're not, you're not.
Yeah. So I thought A Way Out looked awesome. FIFA, obviously, gonna get it. But I think with that demo, I think they actually really got me with Battlefront. I think it looks really good, and if it's obviously a lot of it for me will depend on like how good that story content is. But with the free DLC and keeping everyone on that same kind of like keeping our players together in one fucking group of players, not right, this person has this map, this person has this map, is smart, and I think it's the kind of thing that would get me on board. But all in all, I thought this was a completely fine show, and thank fuck it was like an hour long, because God knows the other press conferences aren't going to be like that. But yes, that is it. First conference in the books. Tomorrow, 10 p.m. our time, is Microsoft going earlier than usual. They usually go Monday. But I think they want to get a full fucking day to say, for people to go, fuck, look at this console. So expect our Microsoft video on either probably Monday-ish.
The Microsoft one, Sunday. Yeah, probably Monday.
So it is a goodbye from Hans.
Where will Alex Hunter move to?
Wigan. Could have put him in the
West Brom.
Could have put him in the shittest club. I did. Right. Sorry that we had to interrupt the outro, but I love the joke. It's like, oh, Alex Hunter scored like 36 million goals in a season. That was a fucking great joke, and I really appreciated it.
Yeah.
Yep. Goodbye from Hans.
Bye bye.
Goodbye from me. See you tomorrow for Microsoft.